Hello everyone, and welcome back to another Stationery Pals video. Before you know it, it's the end of the year 2022, which means Christmas is just around the corner. I'm thinking, what kind of presents will I receive this Christmas? To be honest, I'm really excited about it. So in preparation, I got myself some Christmas items to decorate my desk. Without a doubt, the theme of my last bullet journal for 2022 will be about Christmas. Before I forget about it, one thing that I would like you to know is that Stationery Pal has a Christmas gift for you! All you have to do is add a 99-cent ticket to your order at checkout, and you'll automatically be entered into a lucky draw for an iPhone 14! So what are you waiting for? Go and bring that iPhone 14 home. Alrighty, let's see who I am working with today. These stationery items are the most important part of this setup. I'll explain later on how I use them. So without further ado, let's get started. The first two pages are my quote page and cover page. Okay, can anyone here tell me which colors are perfect for this theme? Yes, red and green! In addition, I also included some vintage paper materials. I chose these because I believed that if these elements came together, they could offer a Christmassy and holiday vibe. The first thing that I worked on was the cover page on the right side. I crumpled and ripped the sack paper, then I rounded off the sharp edges. I pasted the crumpled paper to the bottom right and to the top left of the page for the retro feel. Next, I created a rectangular frame on this page with Kuretake Zig Brushables 20 and 40. Aren't the color combinations of red and green very Christmassy together? I begin by painting a pair of Christmas bells with Kuretake Zig Brushables 52, then a crimson bow with 20. By the way, if you want a white gel pen, I recommend the Uniball Signo Broad UM153 gel pens because it gives a smooth and easy writing experience. One thing to keep in mind is that it has a 1mm nib, so you won't be able to draw very detailed lines. Isn't the bow even cuter with the addition of the white polka dots? Next, I brush lettered December and created a shadow to make the font more three-dimensional. You know what? I think the Kuretake Zig Brushables are probably my favorite brush pens this year because of their double-ended design, and they are really convenient and practical. The two ends of each brush feature two different shades of the same color, which make them fun to do layered doodles in a way that is both simple and fast. This is how the leaves of my Christmas wreath are drawn. Isn't it beautiful? Other than that, I used Uniposca Paint Marker PC3M Gold to doodle some stars and polka dots. Does it feel like this page is shining? But I still think that the layout doesn't look full enough, so I ended up using some vintage-style clear stamps to fill the blanks. There you go, is it better now? This part on the left is my quote page, and I started by drawing a window in the middle, then used the light end of the brush pen for the window and the dark end for the wood texture. But a window like this seems a little ordinary, so I think to myself, why not make it an open one? Honestly, this craft knife is very sharp, so be careful when you use it. Also, please note that if you want to do what I am doing here, use a pad under the paper so that the other pages will not be damaged. It's done! Does this little window look fancy now? Don't you think it will be a special surprise if I can get a snow view through the window? So I glued a sheet of green cardstock to the back and drew a Christmas tree and a snowman on it, along with some stars and snowflakes. This way I may fulfill my desire to see the snow scene every day! For the curtains, I doodled a branch above the window and some stars on the sides. Under this window, I brush lettered this month's quote, "Merry everything and joyful always." Although the quote is not grammatically correct, I really like it as it's wrong on purpose, sort of as a joke. I think it is a really warm-hearted quote, not only happy during the holidays, but always. Then I filled in the space with more doodles and stamps and made some outlines for the paper and added washi tapes. The quote page and cover page are done. Do you feel the Christmas spirit of my pages? The next 2 pages are my monthly calendar. I started by drawing a pair of Christmas bells and a bow on the top left of the layout. Then I started to make my calendar. Each date of this month's calendar is a 5x5 grid. Then I stamped the days of the week on top, which I purposely did not line up properly in order to give it a more handcrafted and retro feel. After that, I painted the iconic Christmas holly on the bottom right corner of the page and on the ribbon. I ripped the crumpled sack paper from my to-do list, and then I pasted it to the left. I brush lettered the word December at the bottom of this layout using a brush pen. The lettering went over 2 pages, and I loved how the design continued on to the next page. Then I used the 20 and 40 to add shading to the font. Doesn't it look special? Fortunately, I think the shading is pretty good and I really like it. Finally, fill in the free space with some shiny gold doodles and vintage stamps, and the calendar is done! Do you like how this looks? The following 2 pages were my habits and mood trackers. I divided them into the upper and lower parts. I began by decorating the page using different paper materials and washi tape. The upper half is my habit tracker. For this month, I intend to track 5 habits. No sweets, vitamins, reading a book, running, and 8 hours of sleep. The lower half of the page serves as my mood tracker. This month, I'm keeping track of my mood tracker with a Christmas stocking. This huge mood tracking Christmas stocking covers 2 pages. I have divided this sock into 31 sections using corrugated lines, and I will fill each section with one of 6 colors to represent my daily mood. White represents calm, red represents anger, green represents focused, gold represents happy, black represents sad, and orange represents energetic. I know it will eventually become a bright Christmas stocking. I also fill the blanks with stamps and small stars, as before, to make the overall layout look more complete. Do you like how these 2 pages turned out? My Christmas countdown and gift list are on the next 2 pages. The page on the left is my Christmas countdown, and as with the previous one, I've glued some Christmas paper at the bottom. I'd like to start counting down the 25 days of Christmas by turning on the lights on the Christmas tree. I think this is my most personal and joyful way to celebrate, seeing the lights filled with bright colors, day by day, as Christmas approaches. Just thinking about it makes me smile. And on the final day, Christmas Day, I shall light the star on the tip of the tree. Next, I've added some cute colored Christmas lights to the top of the layout to intensify the overall Christmas vibe. Then use doodles and stamps to fill in the empty space. This page is now complete. On the right is my gift ideas page, which I believe is the most important part in December. Ever since I became an adult, the most important thing every Christmas is to prepare gifts for my family and friends. So I use different gift boxes for ideas. Maybe 1, 2, 3, which will eventually be my reference to buy gifts for them. I decorated the background of this page with a gift ribbon. As for the title of this layout, I made a paper into a name tag. Let me know in the comment section, what is your most awaited Christmas gift? My weekly spread is on the last 2 pages, and I start by painting some holly on top for decoration. I will use 7 common Christmas items for each date of the first week, including Christmas stockings, balls, bells, hats, stars, and a Christmas gift. I'll write the date using a Pentel Hybrid Dual Metallic Gel Pen 1mm because it's flashy and festive. Did you know that on black and white paper, this pen shows different colors? Isn't it amazing? I fill in the empty spaces with vintage stamps and star doodles. Finally, at the bottom of the layout, I brush lettered the weekly spread and add shading. This completes my December weekly spread. With the weekly spread being completed, that brings us to the final flip through of this Christmas-themed bullet journal setup. For this bullet journal setup, I made more of a DIY than I normally do. What do you think of my skills on creating DIY? Do you feel more refreshed in comparison to the last journal? I think the craft window on the quote page is probably the feature that gives me the most satisfaction because it matches my wish to look at the snow at any time. Also, I enjoy the design of the Christmas countdown. Both offer me a feeling that Christmas is approaching. Do you like the result of this 2022 December bullet journal setup? What theme do you want to see in next year's plan with me? The stationery items featured in this video are all available on Stationery Pal. Place an order on our online store before November 29th and use the code SNOW50 to receive 50% off selected stationery. The final bullet journal setup for 2022 is finished. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, like, and comment. I wish you Merry everything and Happy always. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!